Hello and welcome back to the channel. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you and whatever time this video gets to you. Anyway, this is Motions Biz again and would be sharing this video. Now, this video that I would share today is just a simple little brief summary of how to build business credit. And I know that there are thousands of videos out there about starting business credit, but since a few of you have actually messaged me and asked how would I start business credit with a new business if it was my business. So I think it's perfect timing that I've been quite busy lately because I have been establishing two businesses at the same time. So, but one of them is, I just wanted to share with you because you are my dear subscribers. I am establishing an insurance agency, life insurance with living benefits, because it is a product that I use. So I figured I can help a lot of people with it also. So, anyway, I am actually starting this business and I just set it up about a week ago. I think about a week or so. So this is a new company and this is how I'm doing it. So I would like to share with you how I will set this business up and build it from the ground up. And I know that there are a lot of videos out there, but this is specific to my journey, okay? So you can just get ideas, and there is no perfect way of getting started with your business, and it depends upon your personal situation as well and the type of business that you want to get started. But it is so easy. For me, the formula is just once you know the basics, you can establish as many businesses as you want, and it would be the same process. So it would be just quite interesting, and it would be good to know that you are able to set it up, that you would already know the process. So it doesn't matter what your trade is, what your business is, but definitely the process is pretty much the same. So this is how I would set up my business. So I will share that with you. So number one, first and foremost, I went on ahead and established a new LLC and registered that with the Secretary of State. And I do this with all my businesses anyway. I don't hire anybody to do it. I do it myself. So I would know the process. And so ever since I've been building up, businesses, I've always done it myself. So anyway, after that was registered to the Secretary of State, of course, it's automatic here in Florida that you can get your EIN number directly on the link that the Secretary of State actually provides you. It's about $130 and it's $5 extra for the certificate of good standing. And I usually just get that and keep that on hand because there are times when lenders or institutions would ask for that certificate of good standing. So that was pretty quick. It's only a matter of minutes. I already have that and I made sure I printed it out. Now, just a little tip, if you are doing this yourself, make sure that when you get that copy from the IRS, that form that has your EIN, better make a lot of copies and keep them on hand, or you can scan it and keep it in a document where you can retrieve it at any time. Because guess what? If you lose that paper, it is very hard to get another copy from the IRS. And I learned that the hard way. I actually had to kind of go to the bank, and luckily enough, the account manager that was helping me out had a copy of that form when I first opened a checking account in that bank. So again, make sure you make a lot of copies for that, so you will not be left with no copies at all, and the IRS does not give you a second copy for that, just to let you know. Once I have that EIN number, I went on ahead and went to open a different business savings and business checking account in a bank that I already bank with. So that is the third step that I would do. I would open that up. Okay, so now once I have done that, once I have established that, I do, and this is something that may be very helpful for you also. Let's say you would open your business checking at a bank that you already have a personal relationship with, and you have been with that bank for so many years. Try to ask them if they can extend you a business line of credit or a business credit card. Now, some of these banks, if they know you have a good credit profile, you have been banking with this bank for so long, they may be a little friendlier to you, and lucky you if they would give you and extend you their credit, because right away you already have a good record, on your business credit profile, that you already have a credit card, a business credit card, or a line of credit that your local bank extended to you. So that looks good on your trade line later. So that's just one thing to think about when you open a business checking account. So I always make sure that I have a checking and a business savings account. Now, once you have set up your checking and savings account, like I did, I was already able to do that. It's really up to you which step you want to do next, because there can be a lot of next steps that you can do after you have opened your business checking and business savings account. Now, for the meantime, what I did for this specific business is that I just went on ahead and used my home address to start with. Then once I have set up everything else, I will go right back and change that into the official business address. Because for this specific business, because we would need physical space, and I don't want to really expand right away and do like a big office. So I picked Regus this time, Regus, because they have different programs for office space, and I did not want long-term commitments yet. But because we will be having some insurance agents later, I would want for them to have a space where they can actually go to and work, once we are more established. But I'm still in the building process, so I have about 2 or 3 right now, so we won't need so much. So what I did, I chose the membership feature for the Regus offices, because you can use the office you can pick anywhere from 5 to 10 times a month that you can use that office space. And then the good thing about it is that I have access to the lounge, I have access to the cafe, I have access to the conference room, and they have a really big conference room with a projector, with all other equipment, that audio visual things that I may need for training and presentations later. So that was why for this specific business I opted for this, because I want that to be separate from the clinic. So hopefully when we start growing, then I would definitely, if we would outgrow that, then we would definitely get a little more permanent space. But for now that I'm just in the process of building that, so it's more economical to just get started with a membership, okay? Or a co-working space wherein you have access to all the amenities of the office, but you don't have to spend so much. But there is always room for growth. So that's what I will be doing. And also, I am already looking to set up the phone number, the fax number, and the business email for that, and in the process of also building a website, because what I want to do is that establish all those things first. So I have like the official address, the official business phone, the business email, and a website later on, and then that will be the information that I will provide to NAV. That NAV would be my next step. Once I have completed all the business address, the phone number, the business email, and the 411 listing. So I want to make sure that that is in place before I enroll in NAV, because I am a big fan of NAV. I saw how it was able to help me so much with business credit building. So that will always be a part of my business credit building process. Now, once I am set up with NAV, then that is really a great start for this company to be reported to the major 3 credit bureaus. And that's the reason why I like to have all those things in place first. So for the first time that NAV would report to the credit bureaus, the information that they will be providing is already accurate. Oh, but before I do that, once I have that business address, the office and everything else, I always go back to the Secretary of State to change and update the address. And I also go to the IRS website and also update my address as well, because these are very important that they are all matching. And in my journey with business credit, I found that they always check on these things. So it is very important that do not forget to go back to the Secretary of State and to the IRS website to change those address and make sure that it is your official business address. Just a little tip right there. Now, once my NAV is already established and already reporting to the credit bureaus, to the three major credit bureaus, then I start building my business credit. And of course, I always start with the net 30 account. Now, in my case, because I am already very familiar with the bank that I bank with for the business, they were generous enough to actually give me a business credit card. And so I started that. But that was why I really encourage you to talk to your own bank. And if you open a business account there too, just, talk to them and see if you would be able to get that. But once that is already reported with NAV, I will start with the net 30 accounts. And the ones that I have used is Quill, Crown Office Supplies, and I have used the t-shirt company. I have used, I think it is Quill or HD Supply, I think. So those are like the very basic ones that I got started with. And of course, there are many net 30 accounts that you can use, okay? It's just up to you, but you may want to get anywhere from 3 to 5 net 30s to start with. But also another tip, do not forget to try and apply for the fintech credit cards, okay? The corporate charge cards that are very friendly with small businesses. And I recommend Divvy for this because I have used Divvy and they were generous enough. And even if they cannot give you an unsecured credit card because you are a new business, guess what? They give you a business builder account wherein you can deposit a certain amount of money, and that's your credit line. And the good thing about Divvy is that it is reporting to the business credit bureaus as a regular revolving account. So you may have to pay it every 30 days or whatever the term on your agreement with them is, but it is just good to have on your trade line. So I have also used Brex, B-R-E-X. So for a new business, they were really generous, and Brex is quite a big company now. They are really expanding. They are looking into a lot more programs that they can offer, but both Divvy and Brex are expense management platforms, and I use those two, and because they were so easy to get, but they are reporting to your business credit profile. So that really helps. So it's a start. And like I said, there are many other fintech companies out there that you can get started with, a corporate corporate charge card, but they are very good to start building business credit. Now, along with these lines also is that if you already have an American Express personal relationship, you can go ahead and try to apply for their business credit cards. The two cards that are very easy to open for new business is the American Express Blue Business Cash and the Blue Business Plus. And in my experience, they are easy to get, even if your company is just very new. They're quite friendly with that, but they do still have very stringent guidelines, and qualifications. So you have to have a really good credit for that. But just a little tip, for those of you who may already have the American Express personal credit card. So that's something that you also want to consider. I'm just adding all this information there, so it gives you an idea of what else you can do, aside from the net 30 accounts and the members, is that the Chase Inc. is also very friendly for new businesses. So it just depends on your credit profile and your preference. And, as long as you qualify for those, definitely go for it. I'm not going to elaborate on those, what their qualifications are. Just go ahead and research for that. Because here I'm just sharing ideas, on what you can do to kind of start building your business credit profile. And this is also according to my own personal business journey on the business side. And I just wanted to share that with you. Just little nuggets. Now, just also sharing more of my next steps with business credit building is that I go for the gas cards, and I also go for the store cards like Amazon and Costco, Sam's Club. I know they are like the higher tier credit cards that you can get that is really great for your trade line, but that's just in the process, okay, for this new business, because it is pretty much a startup, and it takes time for this new business to actually grow. But as time goes on, you just forget about it, you get it started, and then it just, it is a process, but definitely continue to go ahead and do that. And then later on, once you have those trade lines reporting, you have a solid trade line with the business credit bureaus, then when you do apply later on for bigger loans, or you need funding for equipment leasing, for even when you rent office spaces, they will check your business credit. And for capital, for expansion later, then you already have those trade lines reporting. So it's just a process, and there are a lot of great videos here on YouTube actually about which accounts to go for, the net 30 accounts, vendor accounts, gas card, very educational videos. And that's how I learned a lot of these things actually. So a lot of these people who are here on YouTube, actually it is great that they can come together with all this information. So us, learners, I still consider myself a learner, would have these sources that you can refer to, and then you can do further research. Because like I said, whatever you hear here on YouTube and whatever videos you watch, you still have to do your own research. It is just practical that we all have to do that and learn. But here I'm just sharing my personal journey and what I know and what I have been doing. So definitely good luck in your ventures and whatever endeavors you have as far as doing business. So again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you so much just for supporting this channel, okay? Have a wonderful and a blessed day to all of you.